All right, so I've been riding the GrandTeton by Vanpowers now for over 3 months. Like on any product on my channel, I always like to go back and revisit. And today I want to tell you about some of the changes that I made on the GrandTeton by Vanpowers, as well as why out of all 6 bikes, this has been my daily driver in New York City. So let's talk about it. What's going on, guys? This is Eddie, aka Mr. Eddie Nunez. Thank you for hitting that play button and watching another one of my videos. This one in particular, it's all about the GrandTeton Pro from Vanpowers. Now, there are 2 different versions of this specific model. There is the Pro version and the Ultra version. Go ahead and take a look at their website to understand the difference. A lot of it has to do with the crankshaft here and how you kind of throttle your bike, but I'll overlay there the spec sheets where you can see side by side the differences, but you should just deep dive. Anyway, I got this bike in May of this year, and I already have over 1,000 miles just navigating New York City, the parks, the state parks, the state routes that you can take, state bike paths. Really because it's a really comfortable bike and allows me to climb anything, whether it's a hill, whether it's like going through water. This is a big wheel bike, and it really encompasses any sort of terrain that I may find in New York City. I'm able to ride over rocks. I'm able to ride over grass. I'm able to take it off-road. I'm able to really just ride it on normal pavement. I feel really safe and secure using this bike. And since I've had it for over, 3 months now, I kind of wanted to come back and take a deeper dive. I want to talk about some of the accessories and modifications that I have added, as well as just remind you of the specs of this bike and why you should probably consider a Vanpowers bike for yourself. All right, so let's start with the accessories. I'm going to start from the back and move my way forward to the bike, as well as I'll cover some of the specs, and then I'll give you an overview of what are my honest impressions of this bike now that I've had it for, like I said, over 3 months and over 1,000 miles using it here in New York City. Let's first start with the back. So what I've done in the back here is that I added an actual bike rack. So it does have a rack here at the bottom, but what I should say I added is a basket. I actually added a basket, and this basket allows me to carry all my stuff. This is like my commuter bike. This is my adventure bike, if you will. I have 6 e-bikes at home, all different types, and this is by far my favorite when I'm doing things like this, like going on drone adventures, because I'm able to carry my tripod, my FPV drone, my mini drone, my Mavic Pro, my camera bag. Everything just fits here, and I'm able to harness it down. But all these accessories, by the way, you can just explore Amazon. That's what I did. And I was able to add this basket right on top of the bike rack on the back here. Moving along to the middle here of the bike, this is a seat post. Let me go ahead and take it out. So I actually went ahead and added this seat post because the original seat that it came with, in my opinion, wasn't as comfortable. So I used the actual original stem here, and I just added one of these Cloud C9 seat posts, and it has changed the riding tremendously. It's really, really comfortable. And then that's pretty much all that I did. Here, this what you're seeing in the front. This is just arm clamp with a 1/4-20 screw, and what I have here is an Insta360. I like to record all my bike rides on an Insta360, sort of like as a dash cam, because you just never know what exactly you'll encounter on the road as you're riding. So that's what that's there for. And then of course for some B-roll for this video. But pretty much outside of these accessories, this bike is all stock. So features, you have these huge tires, you have LED lights on the back that illuminate once you press the brakes. You have a 9-speed shifter where you can change depending on, you know, the terrain and your incline. You have a bell, which is probably one of the things that I probably want to upgrade. I don't like this bell at all. Then you have your throttle, your menu, your screen, and front suspension. This bike does not have any rear suspension, which is the reason why I added the Cloud 9 C9 seat on the back. But besides, you know, what I just mentioned, these 3 accessories, the Insta360 mounted in the front, the improved seat, and the basket is all I've done to this bike. And I've been riding this, you know, for over 3 months, over 1,000 miles. You have some, you know, you have a headlamp in the front that you can turn on and off. You have a screen. I think I already said that. Overall, this bike comes at a tremendous bargain. If you ask me, everything that you're getting for its price point, and it's not complicated at all to assemble, which is something that I really enjoyed about building and putting together a bike from Vanpowers. So now let's take a moment and deep dive into some of the specs. Just as a friendly reminder, if you didn't get to watch my first video, which I'll link here, definitely watch the first video where it goes into a deeper dive in this. And in fact, it was during the winter months when I filmed this, and I was riding even over snow. Taking a look here at my phone, this actually comes in 2 different colors. You have a lava red and coke black color, which I think was pretty sleek. However, I went with the standard Galaxy Silver. This has this design tone on it that I thought was pretty cool. And by the way, when Vanpowers ships you this bike, they actually include a little bottle of paint. So you can go ahead and touch up the bike if you ever need to do so because you had a fall or you scratched it, whatever it may be, which is a very nice touch that not all manufacturers do. This bike only comes in this one size, and thinking about the size, this is for a rider that's 5.5 to 6'3" in terms of length. It is a, you know, bigger style bike because of these bigger wheels, so it does have a larger frame overall. The top speed on this bike is 28 miles per hour. The range is 93 miles. It can carry up to 120 pounds of load. The motor power is 750 watts. It runs at 900 watts peak power. They are the fat tires, as I mentioned, 26 inches by 4. You can connect the Van Life app onto it. Max load all the way in with my big self and my gear, 400 pounds. I don't touch 400 pounds with everything I've been carrying on this bike. And it climbed up this hill like a champ. So those are the specs on the bike itself. Now let's talk about my overall experience using this now for quite a few months. So user experience using this since early April into May. We're now approaching middle of August into September. So quite a lot of time under my belt in terms of utilization of this bike. Let me share with you my honest opinion on the Vanpower. And I think it may not be of any surprise, I freaking love the bike. It just makes my commuting across New York City very easy. I don't have any range anxiety. The screen definitely tells you, you know, your percentage that's left on the battery, so you can kind of gauge, but as well as you can change different modes. You can take this on boost mode where you can go up to that 25 miles per hour. Of course, your battery is going to deplete much faster, and you can go all the way as low as eco mode. The cool thing about this bike is that it is a pedal assist bike. So as you change modes, it dictates how, you know, well this bike or how fast it rides, as well as how much power it will draw. So this bike is really convenient because it hits all the different tiers. Whether you want to go on a long range ride or you want to go on a fast cruising ride, this handles it well. The motor being 900 watts peak power is just the right strength that I need for the environment that I live in. As I mentioned a little bit earlier, I'm able to take the bike off-road. I'm able to ride it as well as normal street. It's like a one-stop shop with this bike. It's an all-in-one. I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything. So, you know, overall, a pleasurable experience. I don't want to go on and on and on talking about all the pros because I think I already mentioned that earlier as part of my video and my deep dive that I did when I first unboxed this and put it together. that this is a really good bang for its buck when it comes to pricing. Now that I mentioned pricing, I think it might be a good idea to mention the price on this particular model. So this right now, the original price is $2,299. And right now this is on sale actually for $1,899. And from time to time, Vanpowers will message me and send me a coupon code where you can actually probably save even more money. If there is a coupon code active right now, I'll leave it in the description below. So make sure that you check that out and save yourself an additional percentage off the bike. I think it's an incredible bike. As I mentioned, I don't want to keep pushing that because I'm not really pushing this bike. It may sound like I am, but I'm actually just being honest. Now, in terms of like bad things or negative things that I wish it had, one is the bell, right? I think I said that already. I don't like the bell at all. And I think that it would have been really cool if the brake lights in the back will remain on at all times rather than just when you press it. But on the flip side, right, like during the bright day like today, you probably don't even see it. But I think it should be an option within the menu. We'll love to see some turn signals on the next iteration. And maybe some rear suspension, I think would have been a really nice touch on this bike. But besides that, there's no other further complaints. Oh, and my one complaint is that my bike chain did kind of rust a little bit. I tried cleaning it. I don't keep this outside under the rain. I keep it in my garage. So I'm not sure why I got rust. I got rust like immediately after I started riding it, but I did ride it in snow, as I mentioned. So I think the snow and the saw and all that contamination probably led to that chain rusting. But besides that, this is a workhorse for me. And don't have any more complaints. All right, guys, so I hope you enjoyed this overview. A few months later, the GrandTeton Pro, you cannot go wrong with this incredible e-bike. I'm gonna cut the video here. I'm gonna continue enjoying the day. I'm gonna fly my FPV drones. I'm gonna fly my mini drone. I'm gonna enjoy my Insta360. I'm gonna enjoy all the technology that I have that this bike complements because it gets me to my destination without a hassle. You can have any car in the world. So for example, right now I have a Tesla Cybertruck. I can't bring my Tesla Cybertruck up to this park at all. It's just not possible. It's just not allowed, right? That's the world that we live in. But it is possible with the GrandTeton from Vanpowers. So I'll leave it there. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions or comments or feedback, make sure you drop them down below. I'll be there answering all your questions. And until next time, peace, keep riding.